HA from New York, New York. Is a man allowed to speak to a woman through text message in order to give a dawah?
Is a man allowed to speak to a woman through text messages in order to give dawah? No and yes. No and yes. The no part is there are other ways of giving dawah to men and women without texting them. And there are plenty of people to give dawah. And you can't give dawah unless you're qualified. And even if you are qualified, if there's a need for you to give dawah. Obviously, the huge, gigantic blue whale problem that we have in the room, not an elephant, the blue whale of social media, of YouTubers, or as he said, Facebook muftis, or text message muftis, or whatever. That's a huge problem, in which everybody's giving a talk and giving a dawah, answering questions. I'm in the mix. It's a problem. It's a problem. It's a mushkila. People who aren't qualified, who have no knowledge, or if they are qualified, but they do have knowledge, but they may not necessarily need to be speaking about this, or they may not necessarily need to be, whatever the scenario is, whatever the scenario is. People who do have knowledge, but don't want to say nothing. I don't want to talk. My brother said, I want to answer the question. I want to be humble. I don't want to, I fear for myself. So why do you go overseas and study for 10 years? Everybody understand this? I don't want to answer questions. That's the job of the scholars. Okay, but you warn from people. Is that not the job of the? So the games, is a big problem. Social media and the dawah scene today in the West is, and in the East as well. We're talking about our countries. It's a huge problem. We ask Allah for help. So that's the no part. There's no need for you to be texting an individual sister about dawah. And the yes part is, giving a text message to a sister is no different than talking to a sister in a class or khutbah or whatever the case may be. It's nothing more than a means. It's a means of your speech being conveyed to her. Writing a sister a letter, giving her a text message, giving her khutbah, she's up the steps, she's on the sister's side. There's no difference. Except for the content. What are you texting her? She's asked you a ruling, a fiqh ruling, says it's permissible, inshallah. This is what Sheikh bin Baz said. Kada wa kada. Or you asking her how was her day and this and that and what are you wearing? Huh? A selfie, a crazy selfie. Huh? Mufti 2000. Huh? You send her a picture with your sword collection or something like that. Something crazy. That's one thing. That's what? That's one thing. Unnecessary small talk. Flirting. Start talking about things and asking her personal questions and this and that. That's a different story. That's what? It's a different story. So it depends, It depends. Sometimes it's permissible, sometimes it isn't. A sister that's a part of your community, that's one thing. You're an imam. You see what I'm saying? She's your personal student. That's one thing. Some sister that you don't need to necessarily be in contact with, it's a different story. And most importantly, what is the content? You go on WhatsApp, you click on a person's name with the icon and the slogan, and then you click on media, links and docs. You open it up. What are those media? What did you send? A picture of yourself or of something else? It's a different story. So it depends. What's important is just to beware of shaitan. Beware of the devil. And he can play a trick on you from two angles, a double-edged sword. He can play a trick on you by getting you to contact a sister and then you end up falling into something wrong. وَلَا حَوْلَ وَلَا قُوَّةَ إِلَّا بِاللَّهِ. Or he can play a game on you and getting you not to text the sister and you being cowardly and refraining from doing that which is obligatory and necessary of teaching and giving dawah and making yourself available. وَلَا حَوْلَ وَلَا قُوَّةَ إِلَّا بِاللَّهِ. Shaitan is an enemy to you. Take him as a what? As an enemy and be balanced. And wallahi, we experience both. People on YouTube, Facebook, whatever, talking, giving dawah, answering questions that should not be doing it. And then we find the other extreme as well. Brothers and sisters who are qualified and there's a need for them. But they say, I can't talk. Imam Fulan said this, Sufyan al-Thawri said that, Imam Ahmed said I ran away from fatwa for 50 years until they cornered me in Baghdad and forced me. This is mushkila. Balance is the best thing. What? In the what? In the middle. Allah knows best.